Good evening to all. My name is Komal Prajapati from GTU Graduate School of Engineering and Technology. Today I will present the tips for way to write a research paper. This video will be helpful for any researchers, students, faculties, etc. who are going to make their research paper. So here I want to share some points regarding the format of research paper, like what are the parts that should be in your paper and in which sequence it should be. Now we will start our presentation. First of all, you can see that the outline includes the sequence of any research paper. It contains title, author name, abstract, keywords, introduction, related work, basic terminology, proposed methodology, experiment, conclusion, and the references. Now we will see it one by one in detail. First of all, your title of research paper should be self-explained, specific, and unique. It should include three main parts. First, topic name. Second, based on which type of criteria. And third, performed on the type of data. So anyone who read the title of your paper, he or she can get the idea about your paper. Now, abstract part should contain the basic idea or a concept behind your paper. It includes the current trends and existing work related to your topic. It is like a summary of your paper. Also, it contains outcome of your paper. It is the main important part which will be reviewed first by any researcher. So it has been good as for good impact. Now, the keywords. It includes the main words which describe your paper. Also, it will help researchers to find your paper easily. Now, the introduction part is very important for understanding about the different terms, definitions of that, and the basic works about your topic. For example, if your paper is on the topic clustering, then you have to give some knowledge about it in the introduction part. Because for going to any particular thing, we have to understand the basic idea of that first. It should include basic idea behind your topic so anyone who is referring your paper, he or she can easily understand about the terms. Now, it is the turn for related work about your paper which already has been done and you are referring that. It includes the related terms or existing works from which you can get the idea of your work. It includes how others have done their work in similar topic and how you are going to do. When you refer more and more research paper on similar topic, then you will get the idea about your own work that you can do more or good than existing one. Also, it shows how your work will be different from the existing one. So in this part, add works of your paper which is actually related to your work. It also means as a literature review. After that, we comes to the part basic terminology. It includes the special terms which you have been used in your paper and which is not very knowledgeable to others. For example, your algorithm include the term for calculating the distance. Now, there are many distance algorithms and equations. It depends that which is useful for your work from that on. And if you are using it, then why? You have to get the answers of all. Whatever terms you are using it for your research, then you have to know about every why question and its answer. You have to show equations which describe your every terms. For using each and every words of your research work, you have to be familiar with it. Don't use the word which is not knowable to you. Now, The proposed work, the most and very important part of your paper. It defines your work, shows your ideas and methods. In this part, you have to be very clear because it defines the quality of your paper. It includes the steps of your algorithm which describe your method. Also, you can show flowchart of your algorithm for presentation, so it will be easy for the people to understand. Make explanation of your algorithm with input, output, and all required steps. Always being clear with your algorithm step. Also, whatever database you have used and what are the results you get in the form of figure or a graph. You have to be clear for the type of input you will get, what type of your output. If you work for some specific inputs, then mention it because for any different inputs, the outputs will not be as expected. So you have to be clear with the type of your input or your database. Now, experiment. It is the time to test your algorithm on particular database and show the results. This experiment section of your paper will include two parts. First, evaluating measures and second, experiment results. So first we'll see the first part, evaluating measures. It includes whatever evaluating parameters you used for testing and comparing the outcomes of your with existing one. There are many evaluating parameters that are used to test your algorithm. So you can use the minimum 2 or 3 from that and apply it on your algorithm and compare it with the existing. You have to specify the definitions and equations of your measuring parameters. Now, experiment result. After that, in the second part, you have to show your experiment results. In this part, you have to show your result table with the comparison of existing work. Also, you can show the graph which will show your improvements. Now, conclusion part include the summary of your work. Also, whatever you have done with your research and what are the improvements of your work than others. You can include your future work in this part. If your paper has any disadvantages, then you can mention it as your future work. It will make good impact of your paper. Now, one point to be remembered that when anyone want to going through your paper, then he or she will first read only two parts, abstract and conclusion. So you have to well prepare these two parts. You have to try to make this two part as good as possible and well explained. Now, references. The last but not least, the reference part has been done. It includes every type of sources that you have used in your work. Sources may be any publications, research papers, survey papers, books, directories, etc. If you are taking any single data from any others, then you have to mention it as referenced. Single data can be any definitions, figures, graphs, spatial terms, etc. You cannot use any work or words of any others as your own. For using any single data, you have to make citation for it. Also, you have to check the plagiarism of your paper after the completion of paper writing. So these are the parts or sections of any technical research paper you make. You have to keep in mind these all things. As my point of view, I have explained these important terms from my experience. I hope it will be helpful when you make your first research paper. All the best. Happy paper writing. Thank you.